Oh, uh, what's up? Welcome back to M.E.H, the Middle Earth hearsay? Is that how you say it? Hearsay?
Yeah. One, and go.
Good evening. Welcome back to M.E.H, the Middle Earth hearsay. I'm Luis. Hannah could not make it today, for she has died. An orc accidentally killed her, and it was kind of all over from there. Last week, we followed Bilbo and company in the Misty Mountains, and they were rescued by eagles, or as I like to call them, Big Bird's family. Today, they are headed off to meet Beorn. I spaced out what the fuck I was gonna say next.
One.
Alright, now it is time for our weather. The weather forecast for today. Bears. Bears everywhere.
3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, anyway, the company of Bilbo, Thorin, and what have you, because those are too many names to remember, even for a grade A news reporter like me, were last seen heading off to the homestead of Beorn. There, they were introduced slowly by Gandalf to Beorn. That way, Beorn would not get bored with their story and just turn them away like toads in the night. I don't know what that means. Figure it out for yourself. Why am I like this? I hate myself so much. Alright.
3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, many of you may be like, who is Beorn? Let me tell you. I don't know either. I'm just doing a news report. He's some sort of dude who just turns into a bear, kind of explains our weather broadcast. But anyway, so who is he and why do they want to enter Mirkwood? They want to enter Mirkwood simply because they want to get done with their quest. Do you blame them? So the company of however many dwarves there are and Bilbo Baggins, because, you know, you gotta say his name at least 20 times per chapter, end up at the homestead of Beorn, and it pretty much just kind of goes downhill from there, probably. Psych. Fuck. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck to say. Oh. I improvised stuff that was written down. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. Okay. Wow, I just went ham at making my own stuff up. You used the wrong here, Gabe. Okay.
This would make a great psychological film.
Oh, okay. Alright. I'm gonna be serious again.
3, 2, 1, action.
Alright, so since the dwarves and our little hobbit had left the place with the goblins, don't remember the name, listen to Jocelyn, back at 6:30. But the goblins, okay, the goblins of the Misty Mountains are still mourning the loss of their king, so they're like all having a little pity party, but it's okay, because Jesus Christ, what kind of shit is this? Don't use any of this in the blooper reel.
I haven't stopped recording.
Goblin homicide? Me too. The goblin cleaver. Okay. I don't even know. Fuck. Wow, Luis, you are great at this.
This is a total train wreck.
This is. It would be nice if we had our two other group members. Hannah, where are you at? James, did you die? The world may never know. Tune in at 7, and maybe Rocky will tell us what's going on. Okay, back to seriousness.
3, 2, 1, go.
So, the goblins are mourning the loss of their king, who had died to the hands of Gandalf. And Gandalf pretty much committed goblin homicide. Cool at first, but in retrospect, that's messed up, dude. They all probably had families. I hate myself so much. Okay.
Hello. We're supposed to be filming a project for our English class.
No, it's okay. There's so many bloopers.
This is basically one gigantic blooper in one shot. Miss Lindquist.
Yeah, some of our members aren't here though, so
Yeah.
it's just us.
We're improvising the shit out of this. And the fact I recorded that.
There was the guest appearance.
A leg.
A leg.
We should definitely get Oscars for this.
Huh?
We should definitely get Oscars for this.
Totally. This is all messed up. Wow, Luis. I messed up, guys. Messed up bad.
Alright. Three, 2, 1, action.
Good evening. I am Luis. Hannah could not make it here today, as she died to the hands of an orc. It's all ogre for her today. Now, in the last segment, Jocelyn and company covered the fact that our group of heroes, if you could call them that, were attacked by many monsters but saved by Big Bird. Who's Jocelyn? The girl who asked what we were doing. Right. Yeah, Jocelyn. Thanks, homie. Wow. Okay. Now, we were serious, really? Fuck. Okay. Now, we have received a mysterious message from an unknown source. Gandalf. Sorry, I don't know what came over me. That Thoron and his company of 13 dwarves and one hobbit, can never forget Bilbo Baggins, he my homie, that they have headed toward Mirkwood Forest in hopes to find Beorn on his homestead. Now, who is Beorn, you may ask? And why do the dwarves need to enter Mirkwood? Beorn is a very muscular dude who is scary. He's intimidating at first, but once you get to know him, he's a pretty cool guy. He can shift into a bear. They've seen it happen. And that leads us right into our weather. Our weather for today. Bears. Bears everywhere. Now back to your regular scheduled news. So, why do they want to head through Mirkwood Forest, you may ask? I've got the answer for you. It's written down right here. See this? Every news reporter follows a script. You do it too. Alright, because autumn is running out and the dwarves need to get to Oh, I couldn't read that. I'm sorry. Okay. Restart that one line. Okay. They are going through Mirkwood Forest because they need to reach it before autumn ends, which is also known as Durin's Day. And what is that again? It's the last day and night of autumn, and Mirkwood is too big to travel around. Legends say on Durin's Day, a secret entrance into the Lonely Mountain. Yeah. Oh, that sounds like my mountain. Anyway, the secret entrance into Lonely Mountain, home of the mighty city of Erebor, thank you, sir. Erebor will be found by the light. You don't believe me, do you? Well, let me tell you something. It's true. Ask J.R.R. Tolkien. She wrote this.
It's a he.
I don't know my authors, okay? I know J.K. Rowling, I know Suzanne Collins, and I know my Stephen King. Can't forget Dr. Seuss. He's the reason we all know green eggs and ham. And if any of you remember Chicka Chicka Boom Boom from like kindergarten, you'd real MVPs. I don't know who wrote it, but they were on drugs. In other news, we hear that the goblins of the Misty Mountains are still mourning the loss of their king, who died by the hands of Gandalf. Or Staff, maybe. I don't know, I didn't read chapter 6.
Is it chapter 4, I think?
I don't care. I didn't read that part. I don't own The Hobbit.
Respect.
But he had used the legendary blade known as the Goblin. Jesus Christ. Okay, restarting that. Gandalf had used the legendary blade called the Goblin Cleaver. You know. It's known as Glamdring. I read that as Glamring and I was like, hey. So basically, the Great Wizard committed goblin homicide. Nothing like goblin blood in the morning or the afternoon. Again, didn't read that part. Do you guys remember what happened the last time a monarch died? I do. 2 idiots were fighting over a ring. You see this? It's not as colorful, but you know, it caused insanity and stuff. But anyway, speaking of the ring, does anyone know where it is? Actually, 2 people do. It would be Gollum and the burglar? Is that right? Okay. Oh, a creature. Okay. A creature named Gollum and the burglar. Who's the burglar, you may ask? Who knows? He's a burglar. That's why they call him the burglar. It's like the Hamburglar, but he took a ring, I guess. I don't know what's going on anymore. Gandalf might have the answer to that, but who knows? He left everyone. So a quick recap of what has happened over the past few days, maybe even weeks. I don't know, haven't read The Hobbit still. Only the 1 chapter. Hang on, I'm reading the recap.
Well, did I get from our class or no?
From a talking living room rug? Seriously?
You get it, that's a funny line.
I do. That was clever. Alright. So a quick recap of everything that has went on in the story so far. We have a band of 13 midgets showing up to a hobbit's house, pretty much thrashing the place. all of them, including the great wizard Gandalf, who shall pass everything on to Bilbo as soon as he leaves them, encounter a very carnivorous mountain troll group. That was fun, probably. Nothing like carnivores in the morning or the afternoon. Take your pick. It could be 2:30 in the morning. The company appears in Rivendell, not Riverdale. That is a whole new universe. We don't talk about that yet. The Goblin King is murdered. Gollum's ring is stolen. And the company is trying to survive against a revengeful... Oh, that's very redundant. A vengeful attack by the goblins. And now they receive aid from a talking living room rug. Yeah, it's all pretty dark. But you know what else is dark? Nighttime. Anyway, that's all I have for you. Join in again at about 6:47, because I don't know how long this news broadcast is going to be, when I don't even know what they're talking about. I don't know what the group after us is talking about. Rocky will let you guys know. Rocky and Friends. Yeah.
And
All right.